So, welcome to this month's meditation. This is Deborah and David Shea, and we are so glad that you have decided to take some time out of your busy schedule to tune in and listen to this new meditation that we've brought through. So, without any further ado, go ahead and close your eyes and let go of all of the worries of the day and go inward and still that inner being of your inner being, and just connect with who you truly are, and open yourself up to receive the energies of this meditation, and be willing to let go of anything that no longer serves you. And when you are ready, bring yourself back to this place. Open your eyes, ready to receive the energies and the information from this meditation.
This is David, and welcome once again to the monthly meditation. The title of this month's meditation is, What Can't You Live Without? Now, this one builds on what we did in February, which was Living a Heart-Centered Life. That was the title of last month's meditation. This one's going to bring it to a unique level and a unique approach, so I'm going to just leave it at that. Let me begin. I recently heard a short portion of a talk radio program quite by chance. Those few minutes of listening to the talk radio program planted a seed that fundamentally changed my perspective. It wasn't that I hadn't heard this thought or idea before, because I had. It's just that the thought happened to manifest on the radio at the right moment so that I could really hear it this time. Before sharing that experience further, let's spend a moment to think about how we navigate through the many areas of our life. Please take a moment now to think about how you do that. Typically, most of us look at what's happening in some part of our life, such as our place of work, our different social circles, educational pursuits, and so forth. From there, we tend to focus upon what is missing, rather than looking at the things that may already be present. We may ask, what should I be doing next? Or, what should I be doing instead of this nowhere job? Who should I be socializing with instead of this humdrum group of acquaintances? What is the perfect and exciting new hobby for me? Etc. I really want something much better. And right now. Isn't that what we think? From there, our hearts and minds seek outward into the world and beyond in search of that ideal and better something. Now, it's not that we entirely dismiss the qualities and achievements we have already attained in some area, but it's natural to want to improve our lot and expand upward and outward into whatever area or areas we are concerned about. We may look for things that bring us greater recognition, an increased financial position, or something, possibly someone, that is just more fun. All of these may factor into what we think of as being fully successful. After all, everyone wants to be successful, right? It is this pattern that can create and then lock us into repetitions and blueprints of insulated thinking that put blinders on us. These patterns often keep us from relishing in the very things that bring us true fulfillment, happiness, and joy in a particular part of our life, possibly keeping us from experiencing our core life happiness. That brings us back to the radio program. One day, I had to take the family truck into town to pick up some items. It's an older truck with only an AM/FM radio installed. While trying to find the AM band's classical music station that I liked, I accidentally ran across a talk radio DJ who used to be a Secret Service agent. Since security was something of interest to me, I listened for a few minutes to see what the DJ had to say. To my surprise, the talk DJ started sharing about a period of his life where he was extremely unfulfilled in his former security job. Although high profile, it just wasn't what he wanted to do in life back then. In fact, he found the duties of the Secret Service job mundane and repetitive, even though personal peril was involved. It just so happened that the talk radio DJ's Secret Service boss at that time was a former football linebacker, as well as having been a coach, which seemed really odd to me at the time. The talk DJ said that his linebacker boss was known for consistently giving really good life skills advice that helped everybody in his Secret Service unit. In fact, the linebacker boss was highly respected and admired because of this. That is when the talk radio program got really interesting to me. The DJ said that one day he happened to sit down with his linebacker boss to have a conversation about some topic at work. During that conversation, our now talk radio DJ thought he would ask the linebacker boss something he had been pondering for over a year. He asked, "How can I figure out what career I should be pursuing? What should I do next in life? I don't want to miss out on any opportunity and have my life pass me by." Our talk radio DJ said, "I just can't figure this out." The linebacker Secret Service boss said, "You are thinking about this all wrong. If you want to know what to do or pursue next in life, or in any area for that matter, ask yourself this: what is it that I cannot live without in my life? What is it that I cannot and will not give up no matter what?" With that question, I looked at my life and realized that I already had the most important and sacred things present in my life. Somehow, over the course of time, these important and sacred things had been silently and firmly planted in the center of my life by the invisible hand of the universe and the divine. I thought, I am married to my best friend and the love of my life. I live in a place of peace, calm, and serenity, something that resonates with my soul. The many spiritual flows and connections of my life fully support the very spiritual growth and goals I had sought since I was a child. Somewhat stunned in that moment, I realized that I already had the most important things I had always been seeking. From that moment on, I decided to let go of all of the other goals in my life and just hand them off to the divine to fulfill, whatever they may happen to be. Although none of the activities of my life immediately changed, I still do all of those deeds to the best of my abilities, but while more fully living each moment in the fulfillment, joy, and bliss of my heart-centered spiritual connection in the divine. Then letting everything else go. I found my pearls of great price, and they were the very pearls that were already in my hand. These days, instead of always trying to seek the better job or improved activity, which always seem to bring with them disruption, stress, and chaos, I now choose to cherish those jobs, activities, friends, and acquaintances already present in my life, and flow into the ones that unexpectedly and often magically appear out of nowhere. I believe that's the insight that awaits us all, if we are ready. Are you ready? All right. During this meditation, you will be going to your special place of beauty, where you will spend some time enjoying its fragrance and splendor. From there, you will go to the sacred circle, which acts as a portal, where you may see or visit any place in creation. You will then step into the sacred circle, where you will be lifted to a higher plane or dimension, an abode of solace, a homing place for your soul. There you will connect with your high self. Once connected to your high self, you will then connect with the divine. Thereafter, you will be introduced to your life guide, who will show you an overview of your life to this point. You will then explore and be shown those features, activities, people, and things throughout all the phases of your life that have been most important to you. You will also be shown the essential components that are woven into each of these activities that always brought you spiritual joy, love, fulfillment, and of course, happiness. The spiritual being guide will then show you the different areas of your current life, the activities that are part of them, and those essential components woven into them. The essence of the path of your spiritual heart and life. The life guide will then ask you, what is it that you cannot live without in your life? The spirit being will help you see, sense, and experience both the activities of your current life as well as the essential components of each of them. It will be up to you to decide which activities or essential components that you cannot live without in your life. It may be both. Next, the life guide spirit being will show you that how during the moments and periods you lived from your spiritual heart, the new activities that appeared in your life naturally included all of the essential components of your spiritual heart and life. Finally, the life guide spirit being, with the blessing from the divine, will show you a life path that would be naturally created by living more fully from your spiritual heart right now. If you choose to follow the path of your spiritual heart and life, the divine and life guide will place you firmly on the path of your spiritual heart and life. You will be asked to commit to the best of your heartfelt ability to follow this path of your true being. Afterward, the spirit being will help you see, sense, feel, and explore both the activities and essential components of this new life path. Again, the path of your spiritual heart and life. You will then be given some time to further deeply experience living from the path of your spiritual heart life and the activities that are part of them. You will then be given some time to further deeply experience living from the path of your spiritual heart life and the activities that are part of them. The life guide spirit being will be present to answer any questions you may have. Before we begin the meditation, Deborah's going to share a little bit about the chant that we're going to do just before the meditation. So with that, let Deborah step in here and tell you a little bit about it.
The chant that we will be doing before we go into the meditation is called Sat Nam, and we've done this one before, but I'll go ahead and review it again so you can remember which one we've done. Sat means truth, and Nam means identity. Together, Sat Nam means truth is my identity. Chanting this mantra gives birth to your destiny and awakens your soul, a form of the true personal expression. This chant is extremely powerful as it reaffirms that you should follow your truth. So we're going to practice it just for a few times so that you're familiar with it before we actually do it before the meditation. So it's Sat Nam. Satanam. Go ahead and do it with me. Satanam. Satanam. All right, so that's how it goes. So go ahead and close your eyes and get comfortable and open yourself up to the meditation. And as we chant this chant, Satanam, really open yourself up to the vibrations of this mantra or chant. And I'll give you some time after we're done chanting to really absorb the energies of this chant. This opening up ourselves to be our true self, to live from our true self. Satanam, 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 Satanam.
Inhale deeply and hold your breath. Then exhale with a sigh. Breathe normally in between deep breaths. Feel your body begin to relax. Any tension just flows away. Inhale deeply again and hold your breath. Then exhale with a sigh. You become aware of the joy, peace, and calm that completely surround you. Tranquility permeates your being. Inhale deeply one more time and hold your breath. When you are ready, exhale with a sigh. Feel yourself going deeper as your body begins to tingle. As each muscle relaxes, you are infused with a sense of soothing and permeating calmness. Feel the warmth of blood filling the capillaries and spreading throughout your body. I am going to count backward from 15 to 1 as you go even deeper. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, going deeper and deeper. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Feel going deeper and deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are now extremely relaxed, safe, secure, and comfortable. Your body is floating in a state of complete calm and peace. Imagine yourself in a special place of beauty. You might be wandering through a forest, smelling the scent of the trees, tiptoeing through an enchanted jungle, rambling along a quiet stream, exploring the mountaintops, walking by the ocean and feeling the sand beneath your feet, or sitting quietly in a beautiful meadow, inhaling the sweet aroma of wild flowers. Once more, you become aware of yourself in your special place of beauty. Your attention is drawn to a large sacred circle a short distance from where you are. You go over to see it up close. As you look upon its flawless design, you become aware that it serves as both a holographic viewing area and a portal that you can use to see and visit other places and other realms. A large misty sphere begins to form in the middle of the circle. Faint at first, it slowly becomes more and more like a dense fog that glows with a mystical energy. It calls to you to enter into it. You step into the circle, and sensing its benevolent essence, you slowly enter into the middle of the mist. You feel your energies of your being start to quicken. Then to raise in frequency and intensity. You feel as though you are moving upward, higher and higher through the layers and octaves of the higher etheric planes. Suddenly, it feels as though you have traversed through a hidden dimensional veil, one that feels dreamily familiar. Your being feels as though it has risen to such a height that time and space are no longer the same. Things have changed. You have entered the higher plane of your natural being, one of the homing places of your high self. It feels serene and blissful, a place where you can drop all of your outer facades and let them fall away into the mist. You can be your true self here, unencumbered by the forces operating at the level of your earthly experience. It takes a few moments for your senses to become accustomed to this higher plane, this unique place. Take a few moments to look around and survey this higher vista. Out of nowhere, a being appears before you. You realize that it is your high self, your being's connection with the divine, your God self. You have a burning desire to connect with your high self, that magnificent being of light, of your higher nature. Energetic lines of light begin to flow from the body of your high self and connect to the corresponding place on your physical body. You notice that as you're being connected to your high self, you are being filled with gently permeating white light. Allow the connecting lines to continue to form until the process stops on its own. You are now completely connected to the high self and radiating brilliant white light. The energetic lines allow you to communicate through the many connections to your high self. These energetic connections between your body and your high self are there to support your spiritual growth and keep you continuously grounded, as well as spiritually and emotionally centered. Feel and fully absorb the joy, happiness, and peace that surround you. Spend a few moments communing with your high self. You become aware that a brilliant golden light is streaming into your heart center, and then begins to fill your whole being with luminous golden light. This golden light is the light of blessing and love from the divine. Take some time to fully absorb this radiant golden light and feel the divine presence within you. You become aware of yourself once more in this higher plane and special place. Suddenly, a wondrous spirit being appears before you out of nowhere. The spirit being looks gently and lovingly into your eyes and says, "I am your life guide, thoroughly familiar with every facet of your life plan. In fact, I have been with you since before you were born, helping you through both the pleasant times as well as the challenging periods of your life. This was especially true when you were most unaware of my presence. Now spend a few moments getting to know this beautiful spirit being. The Life Guide Spirit Being says, "Before we begin, allow me to show you an overview of your life up to this point. This will help you more fully understand and appreciate all that is to be revealed during this special time we have together." You will be shown the activities that were part of the many stages or phases of your life. I will also unveil for you the learning themes present in the activities of each stage of your life. You will get to see how some of the activities, as well as shared themes, tended to repeat through these phases of your life. I will show you all of this in a manner that is perfect for you to perceive and understand. For we have known each other well since the time before you were born. You will see when you need to see, hear when you need to hear, but always absorbing everything, even when it seems as though little is happening. Are you ready? The Spirit Being awaits your reply. Your Spirit Being Life Guide looks up, then sings a chant in a harmonious manner. As a scene begins to softly form before you. The being says, "Observe and explore as I reveal to you the many features, activities, people, and events throughout all the phases of your life that have been most important to you." As you watch, pay special attention to what I call the essential components that are woven into each of the activities. It is these essential components that always brought you spiritual joy, love, fulfillment, and happiness. In fact, it is these essential components that make up the essence of who you are. They embody the path of your spiritual heart and life. Your life guide says, enjoy all that is now to be revealed about your life. As promised, the scene unfolds and renders in ways that are perfect for you to receive visually, energetically, emotionally, and beyond. Moment by moment, you find yourself being vividly absorbed into the activities, energies, joys, excitements, ups and downs of all that is being shown. It is almost like living in a movie. The scene gently fades as the echoes from the movie of your life you just watched and experienced slowly move into silence. Your life guide says, with a clear vision of your current life activities, along with the essential components that are woven into each of them, you now have a heartfelt connection to them. Take a moment to feel these new connections that permeate your being. You have seen, felt, and experienced the activities and life themes, what I call the essential components, that bring you both joy and sorrow, those that you cherish and the ones you dislike, and most importantly, the essential components that serve your life learning and support your life plan, as well as those that do not. The Spirit Being says, with that profound insight and knowledge, I ask you, what is it that you cannot live without in your life? Ponder that question for a moment before we continue. Your spirit guide says, once again, we will watch the key events, activities, and themes, or essential components as I call them, of your life again, but this time with a special focus. The Spirit Being continues. The scene will begin once you ask yourself this question: what is it that I cannot live without in my life? Only a moment after asking yourself that question, the scene of your life renders once again. Your spirit guide says to you, with the profound insights and knowledge you have gained, decide now which activities and essential components of your many life events you cannot live without. You may find that sometimes both the activities as well as the themes or essential components are both an important part of the path of your spiritual heart and life. As before, the scene unfolds and renders in ways that are perfect for you to receive visually, energetically, emotionally, and beyond. This time, as you watch moment by moment, you can quickly see, sense, and feel both the activities as well as the essential components that bring you joy, fulfillment, and happiness in life. Those that serve you and the ones that do not. You may find yourself entwined and captivated by the scenes of your life. Go ahead and watch now. As before, the scene fades. Your life guide spirit being turns to you, then looks lovingly into your eyes with a gentle smile. Then says, "Did you notice that during the moments and periods that you lived from your spiritual heart, that the new activities that appeared in your life naturally included all of the essential components or themes of your spiritual heart and life?" Allow me to show you. Once again, a scene forms, rendering only those activities and events from the moments and periods of your life where you were living from your spiritual heart. The spirit being says, as you watch and experience these special moments and periods of your life, see how they naturally included those themes and essential components as you were living from your spiritual heart. As the scenes unfold, sure enough, it is plain to see that each moment of your life that you lived from your spiritual heart automatically included the themes, the essential components that are central to the path of your spiritual heart and life. They brought you profound joy, love, and fulfillment. Once again, watch the scenes unfold. The scene fades once more. Your life guide spirit being looks at you and asks, would you like to see the life path that would be naturally created from this point forward in your life if you were reliably and consistently living from your spiritual heart? Well, of course, you say, yes. The spirit being looks upward toward the face of the divine shining brightly down from above. The being tones a mystical sound that reverberates throughout the realm. As before, the scene unfolds and renders in ways that are perfect for you to receive visually, energetically, emotionally, and beyond. You are shown a vision of your life activities, events, and interwoven themes or essential components where you are living exclusively from your spiritual heart. Notice how every activity, each event, even the lesser moments of life, all naturally include the essential components of the path of your spiritual heart and life. You are living in your bliss from the center of your spiritual heart. Go ahead, continue watching. With the scene still active before you, your life guide spirit being asks, do you wish to have this as your life path? Unwaveringly, you answer yes. the Spirit being says, you must commit to the best of your ability to follow this path of your true being, living from your spiritual heart. Now, as you commit to this choice, your life guide spirit being, with a blessing from the divine above shining brightly upon the scene, places you firmly on the path of your spiritual heart and life. The scenes from the path of your spiritual heart and life remain active before you. Your life guide says, I will help you further see, sense, feel, and explore the many wondrous facets of living from your spiritual heart. Take some time to deeply experience living from the path of your spiritual heart and life. I will be available to answer any questions you may have. you become aware of yourself once more at the sacred circle. Thank your life guide spirit being and the divine for all that you have been shown and experienced, for you have been placed on the path of your spiritual heart and life, the path of bliss. When you are ready, project yourself back to the outer world, feeling free and released, aligned, centered and grounded, and connected and living from your spiritual heart each moment of the day. You are aware of the guidance and wisdom in your life. You are filled with a sense of peace, love, joy, and harmony. When you are ready, return gently to the outer world. As always, for those who like to journal, just go ahead and stop the recording and journal all the things that you experience that you want to capture. This is always a great time to do that because things fade, just like with a dream, the longer you're away from it. So go ahead, press pause, and when you're ready, press play again, and we'll finish up. All right, well, welcome back for those who are journaling. As always, it's really important after we meditate that we protect ourselves before going out in the world, even being around other family and friends, because they're not where we are. At least they may not be. And there's just all kinds of just spurious energies that aren't necessarily for our highest good. So with that, most of you may know this routine, but for those who are new, we're going to go through it. And just everyone else, you already know what to do, so go ahead. What's important to know too, and I talk about it, is that our auras get really expanded when we meditate. I can sense the people listening have very expanded auras. My friend, she used to call it poofy, and I just kind of locked in on that word. So you've all heard it before, but all your auras are poofy right now, and that is a wonderful thing. All right, so let us begin. Imagine a bubble around you, the width of your aura, how wide you see that, above your head and going beneath your feet. View it, see it, intend it, it will happen. For those who don't visualize, just intend a bubble around you and it'll happen. All right, now see that bubble being filled with luminous white light coming down from infinity, filling the bubble and your body with beautiful white light. The light of protection, the light of love. Some refer to it as the Christ light. However you think of it, it's a beautiful light of protection, and it will either dissolve or cause discordant energy from other environments and other people to just bounce off again or dissolve. All right. Now on the outside of that bubble, imagine a thin layer of indigo blue. However thick you see it, just let it naturally be the thickness it wants to be. Indigo blue is the spiritual armor of light, just adds another layer of protection. Nothing of a discordant nature can touch the white light, and it most certainly isn't going to go through the indigo blue. Okay, now imagine a shaft of light starting at the level of your heart or your heart chakra, however you think of it, at the width of your aura, going down through your feet and anchoring in the center of the earth. See it, visualize it, intend it, and again, it will happen. This connects us to Mother Earth. This allows us to stay grounded and centered and just able to focus in our day-to-day activities. In other words, it allows us to have a nice firm connection with Mother Earth so that we can do our daily tasks. Now imagine beautiful Mother Earth energy, Gaia energy coming up through this shaft of light, through your feet, into your body, and swirling around. This further anchors us in a finer, I would say granularity, that's a left brain word, but with fine connections to Mother Earth. It also has one benefit too, but after we meditate, a lot of times, a lot of our old, we call it emotional baggage, but energetic attachments that have been buried from whenever come up quite naturally, and what will happen is they'll get pulled into Mother Earth and dissolved and transmuted into light. And it'll all happen without our even knowing that it's been going on. Okay, so with that, now let's imagine another shaft of light, the width of your aura, starting at the level of your heart chakra, or heart, however you think of it, going up through your head, through the layers of your being, traversing through the center of the universe, and anchoring in the center of creation. Again, see it, visualize it, intend it, and it will happen. Intention alone will make it all occur. This connects us with the divine, as we call it, the many aspects of what we refer to as God, but it's just our connection to our higher power, to divine, to our high self, to our guides, to the etheric realm. It connects us to our spiritual center. This allows us to be spiritually connected, guided through each moment of the day, both consciously and non-consciously. Often we're guided and we don't even know it's happening. So that we can walk our spiritual path while we're on the earth, while simultaneously remaining grounded so that we can focus and do daily tasks, as well as being simultaneously spiritually connected. This is the walk of the Masters, being centered in our spiritual connection, flowing with that, while simultaneously connected to the earth, Mother Earth, so that we can function and do both the exciting things and the mundane things. And now imagine the shaft of light coming down from the center of creation, traversing through the center of the universe, through the layers of our being, going down through our crown chakra into our body, swirling and mixing with Mother Earth energy, then going down through our feet and gently being absorbed by Mother Earth. Again, this is our spiritual connection, the flow of the divine coming from the center of creation, from our guides, from the angels, the archangels, from wherever we have for our spiritual connections. They will flow through and guide us each moment of the day. And with that, we thank our high self, our guides, the angels, the archangels, the many beings, light beings who've come from afar, from distant realms, to be here with us during this time. And the countless other beings that don't even have names, they're beings that don't even have names yet because they have not been written about. You may see them. They are here to help us and to be with us and support our spiritual walk in life and growth. So before we go, Deborah now is going to play the Sandhill Crane Flute, which represents participating in the dance of life, which is what we all did during this meditation. So with that, Here's Deborah.
Go with the blessings of the divine. From Deborah and David Sheshe, namaste until the next time we meet.